My name's Stanley Moore, also known as Anishinaabe Wood and Antler Carver. And today we're going to be carving on the Kakadu, the raven. And it's a very special bird for the Cree, Algonquin, Ojibwe, all of us, Mohawk, all our nation. Anyway, before I start and say, I'd like to thank Anpava in Canada Art Council for acknowledging me as an artist and a wood carver, sculptor, stone, antler, anything that has to be shaped or sculpted. I'm the guy that do it. Anyway, me Gwitch for coming in and watching me do my carving here on this wonderful. I've already started the Kakadu. It's so we're gonna, as I carve it today, I like to talk while I'm carving about our raven Kakadu, and I'm going to go ahead and do that today. All right, be quick. So let's go ahead and start. So what we have here is stop cuts, and how I did all of this is a significant way, an approach that has to be gentle because it's basswood, and everything that you do is tactile and information and series of concentration. Make sure that you do the right deal. So what I'm doing here is what I call a stop cut, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. Tickety tock tock tock. So I took a black marker. I usually use a pencil, and I just take my chisel and I mark it where it's. I make my stop cut on that on the bird. This is what we call carving in the round. I'm self-taught. I've never went to school to learn carving. Everything has been on my own. I guess my grandfather was a boat builder, and my uncle also. My Uncle Euclid, they had a big wood shop up there where I lived in Kippawa, and it was always a delight for me to go and watch my elders work with wood. They didn't know that I was envious of them, watching them doing things like that, and I always would like to sneak in. And my uncle Euclid would always throw me out of there because he was trying to work, and I was such a little boy, young little lad. I'm not a lad. I'm an Anishinaabe. So, yeah, that's the life of wood that I've fell in love with, and I remember our family, living in the bush. It was always about wood and animals and following the land and appreciating when we would go hunting and bringing food to our tables and we sit in and eat. I'm very proud that I'm Algonquin, and there's many stories to be told that have not been told about the carvings, the wonderful carvings and our beadwork and our canoe building, all of our culture. So I can see all I'm doing is taking the chisel here with a mallet, and I'm going down about maybe 1 to 2 millimeters deep. And let me see, I'll just go with that for now. And this is where I've made stop cuts. I punctured with the chisel into each one, so that way I want to make it exactly like this here. Okay, and let's take a nice sharp chisel like this here. This one is a Henry Taylor tool. I use Switzerland and Henry Taylor tools, but the real go-to, the one that I love the most, is Switzerland. I have many tools. I know how to sharpen gouges and such, and I've taught people in the past how to carve. And I just go right up to the gouge, and hopefully not to take the other piece off, like so. Keep it there. Gentle. Everything's always in a gentle way, kind way. Because Kakadu is a very intelligent bird. It will always remember you in your life. It helps to clean up the world from anarchy. There's many teachings about the raven, and it has a brother sister, the turkey vulture, that does almost the same job as the Kakadu. They're both cleaners of life. And they watch you your whole life, and they remember who you are. They know you very well. You can change your attire, try to dress up differently, wear different clothing, and try to act differently, but Kakadu will always remember, will know you no matter what you try to do. Yeah. I want to thank Lona here, my partner, for coming in and helping me do this video too. She's holding the camera as I carve. I'm Algonquin, and there's so much stories about our Ottawa River and the Thunderbirds and Oiseau Rock. And there's history, great knowledge keepers, and how we use all that knowledge in artwork, and we take that artwork and it's forever carved in stone or painted. Oh yeah, I'm very happy with the success I'm doing here right now. You know, there we go. Kakadu. If you ever want to learn how to carve or you want to know more about these things, you can always Facebook me, Anishinaabe Wood and Antler Carver. Here's my, that's what I'm known as. I'm very friendly and approachable. I like singing too when I'm carving because it's like, and you know, when I was a younger man, I did masonry, so I know that key to get the job done in precise tactile approach and construction work is important, and safety. At the beginning, when I first started carving, I would always cut my hands, my fingers, and I think I have many cuts on my hands. I didn't just start and become like this. It took years and years of understanding mistakes or lessons. Yeah, there we go. Very beautiful. I'm loving it. I really am. Now I'm going to come down here and make a stop cut this way. Because that's, as you see, the Kakadu is one of the most intelligent birds, and they're still trying to learn from it. And if you ever make a friend with the crow raven, the blackbird, you'll have a friend for life. They're very, very, how would I say that?
They recognize you.
What would you say, Laura?
They recognize you.
They recognize you, and
they never forget.
They never forget. Thank you very much for helping me. I have a mental disability with PTSD, so I have a hard time speaking. I'm very grateful that I have the ability to have other things in my life, like a high intensity of learning things and doing things. So when I'm carving, it's heavy duty concentration, and trying to speak at the same time is really hard. So and PIVA, Canada Art Council, thank you for giving me a chance to do artwork and speak at the same time. But maybe I'm just going to carve for a while, and we'll do that for fun. You know, I have a great grandfather, and he was Scottish. And most of First Nations, we have Scottish or Irish, because anyway, I like to sing it. Do 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 do. I'm always singing away, or I'll sing some. Hey ya 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 hey ya. You know, one thing about birds and the Kakadu is loyalty and friendship. And that means so much, because us human beings, we can come up through some very hard times in our life and come across a lifetime where some friends kind of leave you. They're not there forever. And sometimes that hurts. I have friends that are here for a reason, here for a season. And then I got friends for a lifetime. And I like to believe that Kakadu is for me for a lifetime, because I like friends that want to stick around and be forever. You know, Anishinaabe way of life is all about loyalty and honor. I have diabetes and I get sick sometimes, and it's not so well in the mind and wellness. But I go to counseling, and I'm going to break my anonymity. I go to Alcoholics Anonymous because I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm 15 years sober now. I have 2 wonderful children that are out there in this world. I love them very much, McKinley and Clara. If you're out there, I love you. I'm always praying and thinking about you. What? Look at that. What do you think, Kakadu? Do you like your feathers? Try to clean this all up here. We don't know the time, but anyway, we're still going to keep rolling. You know, one thing about blackbird, raven, crow is that if you ever shoot a moose or a deer in the bush, they're great helpers for me, because sometimes when I'm in the bush and I'm hunting and I can't, the moose is not hit right with the bullet, so they go lay down and they pass away, and you could see the raven, the crow, flying over above them, and you know exactly where your moose is. That's another indication of how the raven and crow help us. And they help us spiritually, and they help us with our mind. You know, I love all my animals. I have budgies. You know, me and Lona, we have budgies, and if you ever come to Renfrew, come and visit us. We're planning on moving to Ottawa someday. Maybe if that works out for me, I might be working at the Parliament building. I'm hoping this very much, that I can work with other sculptors and carvers. But I'd like to just say that's it for today. I'm Piva, Canada Art Council, you rock. I'm an Algonquin, and I'm a carver, and I've carved moose, I carved eagles, I carved beavers, I carved fish, I carved everything that people has asked me to. And the strange thing about all of this carving stuff is that I don't really look too much at photographs or pictures to know them as reference. I learned the round carving from memory of being in the bush and watching all these animals, and I've learned the history and the teachings of each animal and what it means to us as an Algonquin nation. So I want to tell you, miigwech, very much for coming here today and being a part of the video and watching the carving. I wish I could do more carving videos for you. If you'd like to see more carving videos, send me a private message and I can do that. There's not much wood and antler carvers in the Algonquin Nation. Hoping to make that happen, teach other people. But we were a nation very strong with art and beauty. Anyway, miigwech for having me.